Hello, everyone. It's been a while. I'm kind of off a little bit with the rant, uploading the rants here. Jesse wanted to do a rant, and we just decided to have that together. So I'm off. I normally upload these around Monday or Sunday night. It's Friday already, so I'm behind, obviously. We are going to be talking about several topics tonight. Let's see here. I have it all marked down what I want to talk about. Spirit animals. We're going to be talking about that. Apparitions of shadows of animals, in places. We're going to talk a little bit about my travels to Zagreb. For a lot of my spiritual travels throughout Europe. Just briefly, not really too far into everything, but I thought it would be kind of cool to get into that a little bit. What else here? I was asked what this article was on our last rant with me and Jesse, actually. Was just looking around, and Jesse told me a website about a clown, an attraction of somebody eating kids in a fun house. That's actually in that last rant. I don't know if you caught that or not. I will pop it up here at the beginning of this video, and we're going to play a little game. I want you guys to tell me if it is fake or real. And I think we'll be doing stuff like that from now on. I'll just pop up a little clip, and you can comment down below, and then I'll tell you down below if you're right or not. I don't think that I actually put it in the video itself, but I'm not really sure how we're going to play this game, but I think it'll be kind of fun. What else are we going to talk about? We're just going to randomly look for paranormal news. Just right off Google, we're just going to look for stuff that might be interesting to look over. I'll put my 2 cents in about it, if it's, real or fake with that. In my opinion, anyways. What else? That's about it that I know. Obviously, rants go into other rants, so. Alright. We will pull up. Let's just talk about my travels here real quick. And again, I'm not bragging about it or anything like that. I just, I think it's kind of cool to talk about it. A lot of people are, trapped in their hometown or don't have money or whatever to travel and to experience stuff like this. I went up in the mountains in Zagreb. Actually, Zagreb is actually on like a mountain plateau. The city is like right on top of a mountain, pretty much. I actually have some pictures up here that are actually on my desktop of Zagreb. I'm not from here, obviously. It's just a place that I traveled from France all the way down by train into this particular place. Let's see here. They have a lot of train tracks, as you can see there. It's pretty much instead of like buses and stuff like that, they have rail cars, and it was kind of interesting once I actually got here. This was actually my last stop, and I came down from Hungary down into Croatia, and then Budapest. I was in Budapest for a little bit. I did a lot of. I try to find a lot of monastery type places in that area. I give some more pictures on this. It's a very, very religious area. A lot of these places inside are really awesome. Did a lot of stumbling around on these streets. It kind of felt like, Jack the Ripper kind of, it's going to be around the corner. I've, not only was this a spiritual thing, I also, went out and took the underground type stuff and see if I could find interesting stuff. let's not go further into that, but for the most part it was for religious purposes. And you could download this. Actually, this is the theme for Windows 8. And you can see the city. I actually sat at this place for a little bit. It's kind of interesting place. I went out drinking, and their bars and stuff are like open 24 hours, so it's not really good for a Wisconsinner to go places that have all night stuff. So I actually started early one day. Let's see if I can actually have any pictures of this. Just gonna look through some here real quick. I had a lot of interesting people, a lot of people on the planes, and was this a certain picture I want? Yes. It's kind of blurry, but kind of sat down, kind of sat here against the wall late at night, and this is kind of like a back alley way. This place is like super old, and at first I didn't pick up on any spirits or anything like that. I definitely could feel that it was older than America, obviously. You just feel it in the rocks and the stones and everything. And that's France. This is some town in Budapest here. But yeah, I was drinking there too. Not the whole entire time, but the nights that I did go out, I did take pictures of those particular areas. And let's see, that's not gonna work. But it's pretty cool. Actually, a freaking McDonald's there. It's kind of weird because that is the only restaurant you could go to. There's like no Taco Bells or anything like that. This is the Zagreb mall. It was kind of neat. They had a Hawaiian type dancing going on right in the middle of the freaking thing. A lot of train rides. It's cool, like this whole wall, this whole thing was a TV screen. It's off of one of my lofts that I was living at for a while. Anyways, that's that. Actually, I'll show you. I lost a lot of freaking weight there. I'll go back into that. I'll show you a picture of me. I grabbed I had a really heavy accent time I got there. You know, being immersed into cultures like that, there was really no English speaking people there whatsoever. So yeah, within a week, I was almost speaking Croatian. First couple days, I actually learned, the main things, and that's what I actually was smoking back then. I asked for a cigarette really easily. Just give me a sec. That's one of my pictures. I was tired the time I got back. Yeah, I lost a lot of weight. 'Cause they don't have all that junk food stuff, here. But, yeah. A lot of walking. Did a lot of hiking and back country stuff. A lot of times it was scary, there's some places that Americans shouldn't go to. But for the most part, this place is pretty religious. It had like crosses on every corner and stuff like that. It was kind of neat. But wish I could actually take pictures inside of some of these places, but I couldn't. I probably could have, but you don't want to end up in a jail that you don't have no clue on how their laws are. So I went to a club, and this particular guy, he comes, he's all beat up, and he said that the police beat him up and stuff, and I was like, oh man. I almost got jumped, but after I beat the heck out of one of the guys, they kind of left me alone. They're not really. It's the only experience that I actually got, going out to a club. They call them discos there. But for the most part, the clubbing life is kind of interesting. That the underground stuff is, it took me some time to find some stuff because it feels more upbeat here. If you get hurt, there's like 50 or 70 people trying to help you if you get hit or hit by a car or something, versus stuff in America. It was a lot different. One story is it's back to the accent thing. I didn't realize I had an accent until I actually got to the first American not American airport, but where other Americans were. This guy had a really cool painting, and I walked up to him, and he didn't understand a dang thing I was saying. And I was like, I had to think. I'm like, what? This guy's looking at me like I'm crazy, or he doesn't. He's like, I could tell that he couldn't understand me. And I was like, wow, that was a culture shock for real. A lot of the religious things, what I was out here for is, a lot of, it's more of a personal nature. So, I'm not going to really get into that part of it. It's just, like I was saying before, it's like I needed to get away. I needed to get away from my small world and see the world. Obviously, I might do it again, but I will have people with me next time. I did this all by myself. Couple weeks doing this and going up in the mountains and trying to find gurus and monks and stuff like that. If I do travel again, it will be probably to Tibet. A lot of stuff that I'm into now, I want to go there just for the enlightenment, I guess you could say. I do plan, at least in the next 2 years, plan on doing that, maybe, if I can. It all really depends on me getting away from the railroad and getting into my Reiki and getting clients and stuff like that. And by the way, I probably will be doing an ad for that. If you do live in the Wisconsin, Fond du Lac area, I am going to be putting out business cards for Reiki sessions and spiritual advisements. I don't have my card yet, but I'm in the process of making business cards, and I'm going to be putting them around the town. So hopefully that gets going for me, because I really can't handle the stuff when my I have that, you get that feeling in life that you're just stuck. I'm comfortable where I am. I'm making okay money, but sometimes you need to just get yourself out there and do something new. I'm not kidding. I wouldn't say that I'm bored or anything like that, but I definitely needs. I have to stick around to my spiritual nature. Helping people. This is why I do this. And I said that many, many times before. Alright, let's get into cats. Not cats, but animals in general. I'm gonna tell you a story. Actually, I was gonna wait till Jesse. We're gonna talk about this together, but we might talk about it sometime down the road. We actually had a case, and I experienced it at my other place as well, with the doppelganger things going on. But this particular case that me, Jesse, and Andy, and it was Sean at the time, he was on the team. And we all were down below, and we got the full spectrum camera out, and all of a sudden this black cat shadow walks into the room. I think there were, all of us all at once are like, what is that? We put the camera down straight on, and it rubbed against the fan that was on the floor, and it moved the fan. And I'm like, Jesse, do you got this on camera? He's like, yes, it's dead center right in the middle of the screen. I'm like, wow, I've never seen something like this before. And all said and done, I'm like, I'm taking this home. I'm going to throw it on the big screen, see, this is going to be amazing, and show you all about it. And yeah, as soon as I get home, it's just a fan on the floor. That's it. A fan on the floor. The fan doesn't even move. Nothing. It didn't show itself on the camera. What? It was something only our minds could see. Or it's hard to explain. Anyway, what really got me into this tonight to talk about this is a guy that I had in my van. He he was talking about. This is chilling when I heard this, because he asked me, about do I believe in spirit animals and stuff like that. I'm like, oh yeah. I'm like, I told him, I'm like, it's people are naive to say that the animals don't have a soul. I'm like, that's BS, because you can tell, like a dog, for example, how that bond it has with its master, and some I don't even think that way, really, to be honest with you. Look at animals that help humans from stress relieving and stuff like that, or they just sense that you're sick, and they treat you differently. You can't tell me that an animal with no soul would do something like that. I just anyway. This is a freaky story. So he after I tell him that, he's like, he agrees with me or whatever, and he goes, well, a buddy of mine, just the other day, was in a plane. He was flying over, and he lands, and his dog comes running at him on this landing strip. He's like, well, this is kind of weird. And he calls the dog over, and the dog starts running towards him, and it vanishes. Not even 10 minutes later, he gets a phone call from his wife saying that the dog just died, not even 15 minutes ago or 10 minutes ago, right after. So I have a feeling that this particular dog was saying goodbye to him, which is really cool. I mean, you can't, and that ties into, you can't say that, an animal don't have, certain animals don't have souls, and, I think a lot of pets that show compassion, and that they're, impact your life to a point that I feel that they're still, I think some of them reincarnate back into your life, maybe once or twice, but after that they go and move on to another thing. I feel that it might be getting into a lot of Buddhist type thinking here, but it's I believe sometimes even human souls can jump into animal souls, vice versa. I mean it's a very touchy subject, on some people's scopes, but that's one of the studies that I past lives and stuff like that. I've done past life hypnosis on people, and a lot of that stuff it's hearsay too, but you never know. I mean, I had some interesting things go on, and under stuff like that, but I can't. It's a client confidentiality, so we're not going to get into that much more. What else here? That's right. I'm going to show you that clipping again. Texas boy eaten alive in a Halloween a haunted house. I want you to look this up to see if it's fake or real. You can leave a comment down below. You can go here. You can go anywhere else. I'd recommend other websites first, and then work your way back to this one. All right. Let's look up weird news here. I'm gonna turn me off here in the corner. What's that? Giant skulls? Giant skulls from around the world. I want pictures. Pictures. That's a freaky skull, man. What the heck? Just imagine seeing that! Nah, seriously. Just imagine fucking seeing that shit! What? Oh, man. I'd hate to have a time machine, man. Or, you know, if this was Egyptian leader. Wait, no, Jesus. I mean, seriously. It must have been some kind of fucking freak show back then. Like, you got people with fucking big ass heads. Weirdness like this. Supposedly there's giants back then. I'm like, oh man, I don't know. What the fuck? Really? Alright, this bores me. Freak shows. You guys want to hear... I don't know, I think we should do a Bigfoot rant one of these days. I could probably have a whole rant just on the Bigfoot stuff. And if you find something yourself, it's called Before It's News, Paranormal Theories. And they just list the newest ghosts and paranormal news that's out there. The stalker between the worlds caught on camera. What? Is this some series or something? I don't want that. Okay. Is these supposed to be like shows or something? Come on. What is this? Sorry, I'm not reading this. It looks really stupid. I just like fucking lost my page. Go back. I don't know. Why are we even in that? I actually seen like a weird little town when I was coming back from my run tonight. I was actually thinking about, it's like an old, so I'm looking at, where was it? The Ghost Town stuff here. I was driving by, and I seen this place. I was like, oh, I wonder if they will let us do an investigation at, because they had like free wine and all kinds of stuff. I'm pretty sure that the grounds are really old, so maybe there might be haunted stories there, and we go check it out. Haunted hiking trails. We got, God only knows we have so many of those in Wisconsin. It's California, Tennessee, Arizona, New Jersey, Kentucky. That would be cool to go to. These stories kind of suck, to be honest with you. I mean, they're okay. These pictures suck too. They're not good pictures. We have one in Michigan, a lighthouse that we want to go look at. And that Lions Bridge area in Milwaukee, I want to look at that lighthouse too. What's this? Well, psychic investigators can benefit from psychic mediums. It doesn't even make any fucking sense, seriously. It's the same damn concept. Oh my man. How psychic investors can benefit from psychic mediums. It doesn't make I'm trying to like put that in my head, like, so they're just psychic. What? I mean, psychic can mean many different things, in type fields, clairvoyancy, that's just one for example. I just, in one shape or form, a lot of, even psychics or whatever they're trying to, like, accomplish with that, just doesn't make any sense to me. Okay, that they are saying that. That doesn't... I guess that is, that's written wrong. That shouldn't even be in there. That's what I'm thinking. That's a freaking typo. Because then when you come down here and you read this, paranormal investigators, I should write this guy, like, what are you, man, it doesn't even make any sense, your title of this freaking article. It's just trying to, I was like, what does that mean? What kind of psychics do they have? I'm pretty sure a lot of, a lot of us are mediums that do this stuff. Oh, man. Alright. We're done with this. They can't keep the article. Whatever. We're done with that article. Oh, shoot. When you see stuff like that, it's like really hard to believe it. You know? You know what I'm saying? You know? That'd be cool. Bonfire tales, maybe like this summer. Invite like Jesse over and some of the team and tell ghost stories and then put it up. I think that'd be kind of cool as a show. And by the way, happy birthday, Nicole. It's her birthday today. April Fools, man. That's kind of crazy. She probably had a rough childhood with April Fool's stuff going on. Criminals blame actions on ghosts. There we go. Let's see this. I think this will be the last one. Let's read this. Mother took a hatchet to her 2 children and killed them and turned it on herself, and she survived the self-attack and was hospitalized. Her mental condition and her had her blaming a ghost for the deed. It's actually not that uncommon. Ghosts in possession have been blamed for many murders, including killing one's children during exorcism or killing others, believing that they are the devil. Oh, let's see here. The drugs can be blamed on some cases, as well as criminals hoping to get off those who lack understanding of the natural world with superstitious tendencies. Let's look at some such cases. Florida man killed his wife and 5 kids. He hoped that they would execute him so he could be buried with his family. But he wouldn't go to heaven. You know shit. His defense, his mother had the devil in her and made him do it. Oh! I went up on this case here in town. Wisconsin man beat up his wife and told the police that a ghost did it. Now, I looked back into it. I actually looked into his public records. I mean, he has battery all the way down the list of beating, domestic abuse, and turns out that he was like actually on like the front steps, fucking just saying that the ghosts made him fucking do it, and he got locked up a long time ago. He's actually in Fond du Lac. They don't say what it was from, but I know it was from here. There's a lot of crazy stupidness happens around here. I even covered the case of there was a stabbing. I actually was at the place that happened. This guy got stabbed right here in the neck, and yeah, that particular story I might save that for some other time, because it gets kind of gruesome. Believe it or not, it was like somebody stuck in their crazy fantasy world of watching too much Underworld. Vampires versus werewolves. And people got stabbed. Anyways, that might be on a different rant when I can actually find the article for it, and maybe the actual article for this happening. But yeah, that. Anyways, let's continue on. I live in a weird area. Let's say, well, not anymore. I moved. I moved away from a lot of the weirdness. A former police officer blamed a ghost in the basement for a theft he committed. What? I hear the ghost and the burglar, and he didn't even know what he was hiding down there. That's fucking crazy. The stepdaughter of Morgan Freeman was stabbed by her boyfriend and supposedly attempted an exorcism when police arrived, and the man was still attacking her dead body and screaming, "Let out the demons in the name of Christ." I coined a term years ago called scapegoats. This is a situation in which a family focuses on a ghost as the reason for someone acting up. Bad family. Wow. Bringing the family together. It is not uncommon for people to having difficulties running bad luck, blah, blah, blah. Recently dead relatives. I would like to say, and it's true, if ghosts could mess with us in our world with any amount of ability and accuracy, we'd be all screwed. Every single deceased parent would their child's decision, or every spawned lover would be on the attack. Luckily, most ghosts. Yeah, that actually brings up something that not necessarily happens all the time, but I do know. I have a feeling that a lot of this actually does freaking happen. That when a spirit can enter, help do, change things in life. And a lot of Indian beliefs, a lot of ancestral spirits and that. I think a lot of times, it really gets into, the real belief system of that. In the Indian tradition, that's just, I think they can influence our lives. MIT. I just don't think they, do it all the time, or people are unaware of that happening. For the most part, it's for the good, because obviously they're your relatives. But then again, too, I believe that if your family line has been stained, curses can go down, generations. So, what makes this not true? Obviously, if you can't prove it, it doesn't mean it doesn't exist. Anyways, I think we're gonna finish up here. I think this is done. And again, let's leave a comment below about this. Thank you for watching. I'm gonna probably go to bed here. It's 6 o'clock in the morning, and I will get another rant out maybe over this weekend, but I have a lot of stuff to do today, and I'll fit a lot of stuff in on my days off. Just my one day off, I should say. I'm aiming, like I said, I'm aiming to get away from that, getting some clients for Reiki. Soon I'll make an ad at the end of these videos. I'm actually coming up. I have to think of a business name yet. I was thinking about Healing One Solution. I don't know. You guys can help me out with that. Name a business for like healing. Something with healing in it. I don't know. Whatever. Later, guys.